Good morning, world. Hello, it's Doris with Aldi Books, and I have approximately 90 seconds to speak with you this morning, but I wanted to pop in and chat because, if you've watched my vlogs, you know I am loving this book, The Love Songs of Debbie Evie Du Bois by Honorée Fannin Jeffers, and I am now on page 423 and still absolutely loving it. I'm going to tell you about this later, but the reason I wanted to pop in, even though I don't have time, is because I was chatting with one of the new English teachers, high school English teachers at our school, and she actually went to Spelman College, and she's a huge reader and was just so excited when she found out I had like real live books in my apartment. And I'm like, I'll give you some because I have books to give away and I have not found anyone to take them. So more about this later. But the books that I'm taking for this reader, another reader, and I get to talk about books with her, like that I've read. How exciting is that? So these are books that I have finished since I've been here in China for 14 months now, 15? Time flies. And they're just not quite appropriate for the high school library, but perfect for her. So I have We Measure the Earth with Our Bodies by Tsering Yangsom Lama. Loved this. Gorgeous. A little bit of a mythical quality about the Tibetan experience, both in Tibet and in I forget if it was the US or the UK, but an immigration experience and also colonialism. So good, so good. And then The Trees by Percival Everett. This is what's the word? Sorry, I'm going way past 90 seconds, aren't I? Oh God, yes. Sorry, I can't talk about it, but this is a pseudo mystery, very satirical, that's the word, and very crass and graphically horrific, but I found it incredibly excellent. And Popicho by Leonia Ross. This is Caribbean island, again, mythical, magical realism in this one. Very quirky and earthy and fabulous. So yeah, gotta rush. Back in the next clip. And I've so missed the buzz. But that man has a pet bird on his shoulder. Who is that? Birdie. Oh, he's picking up his dog's poop. Sorry, but look at that birdie. So I have approximately 90 seconds again, maybe 3 minutes. So we'll just do the announcement portion of this video. So the reason I am so frazzled and pressed for time is that I'm currently a first grade teacher. Yes. So I am living in China, teaching in China, and I was hired to be an ELL teacher, or ESL is what we say in the States, English as a Second Language. So last year was my first year here, and I did the ESL thing for maybe 6 weeks, 2 months max. It wasn't even 2 months, but the beginning of October, we lost a chemistry teacher. So I ended up teaching 6th and 7th grade chemistry all year. So this year I was promoted. I'm the ELL coordinator now. And I did that for, again, maybe 6 weeks. And then we lost a first grade teacher. And so I'm not a first grade teacher. I am first grade math and science teacher, and I have 2 cohorts teaching reading and humanities. Whew. But this week, our classroom assistant, we have 2 teachers in the room at all times. Our classroom assistant is ill, so I've been having to cover for her as well. So I've pretty much been in first grade almost all day since we've been back from the break. And yeah, so maybe today she'll be back, but I haven't seen her yet, so fingers crossed. But I kind of think I'm in here again today, which is fine. I'm having fun. So this is the first grade classroom. I am working on getting it in shape little by little, and I don't like the stuff on the walls. I'm going to change it, but you don't want to hear about that. Anyway, so announcement. This weekend is mid-month book bash, so that is the weekend where we try to read a little extra, and we start on Friday and end on Monday, or end whenever you want, start whenever you want, no rules here. But the idea is the old 24 and 48, try to really get a lot of reading done weekend, but the weekend's not long enough, so we cheat and start early and end late. So yeah, be vlogging it, and I better get to work. Here's a little intermission view from my office window. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hello. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm having a much more tranquil day than Monday or Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. Did I tell you that? I don't know. Anyway, so another 3-minute installment. This one is going to be the books that I have finished so far in October. So, When I Sing Mountains Dance by Irene Solà, and translated from the Catalan by Mara Faye Letham. I just really enjoyed this reading experience. The more I think about it, the more I enjoyed it. It is a great book for Shorty September. And yeah, it's very literary, very unique. It is a little mountain village in the Pyrenees, and it is told from varying, like really varying perspectives. You have people that have grown up in this village, you have people that have left and returned, you have visitors, and you also have animals, like a roe deer, fungi, like, mushrooms, rain. There are like ghosts. There's ghost perspectives, several of those. And it's just really immersive, and this place, this feeling of place is gorgeous. So not a lot happens. Well, I mean, a lot happens, but like as far as a plot goes, there's not an extensive plot, and you don't really get immersed in characters per se. It's just really about the setting, to be honest. Quite melancholy, but it's really, really a gorgeous read. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. Probably not for everyone, but definitely for me. And then another book that's not for everyone, but also not for me, was What If? Serious Scientific Answers in Absurd Hypothetical Questions, or Two, sorry, by Randall Munroe. So this one of my 8th grade students was going to read it, and I love science, but this one is not focusing on the sciences that I'm interested in, and the whole like hypothetical questions about weird scenarios does not appeal. So a lot of physics, and the author is kind of a statistician, and so his hypothetical answers are kind of dealing with the statistics of situations for the most part, at least the 60 or some odd pages that I read. So, I mean, it was fine, but I just didn't see the point of reading 500 pages when I wasn't interested in the topic, if you know what I mean. So then I finally found the poet that I intended to read, which was Rilke, and I grabbed Letters to a Young Poet, which are letters that Rilke wrote to a younger poet. So he was like early to mid 30s, and he wrote them to a guy that was in his like mid 20s, kind of letters back and forth. We don't get the other guy's letters, just Rilke's. And so I had intended to read Rilke's poetry and didn't realize that this was not a poetry book. So I went back to my library app and snagged poems of R.M. Rilke. I don't want to embarrass myself by butchering German in front of my dear friends who speak the language fluently because they're natives. So, you know, and yeah, oopsie. So I read both of these, but I'm going to be honest, I really skim read them. The letters I thought was going to be good, but it ended up not being my thing. I'm going to say the P word, a little pretentious. And then the poetry, while I could tell that it was indeed good, thematically it just did not appeal to me. I'm kind of realizing that poetry really has to fit a certain niche for me to enjoy it, which would be nature. Nature's always a win for me. And like, I guess emotional, but in an intellectual, emotional sort of way, if that makes any sense. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, that's it for what I've read thus far. So I'm gonna get back to work and, you know, wrap this video up a little later in my day. Well, it's 8 o'clock. I'm just now walking home from school. I was gonna finish my video this evening, but I don't know. It's been a long day. We'll see. Hello. So, obviously, I didn't finish this last night. Yeah, this morning again. Not quite as glorious as yesterday. It's a little hazy out there, but still beautiful. Yeah, last night I got home at 8 o'clock from work. It's just been just like the longest work week. And then sat around on hotels.com and Travelocity trying to figure out Christmas with Gabriel, my son. So tickets to Asia are horrifically expensive right now. So it's looking like family holiday in Italy. What do we think about that? Thoughts on Italy at Christmas? Where should we go? Do tell, do tell. Anyway, I also forgot that I wanted to add a little book haul to this conglomeration of information, bookish related, for those of you that don't do vlogs. So I already went through these on my vlog, but if you didn't see that, these are the books that I got in Bangkok. So at the little business people bookstore, I grabbed The Cat Who Saved Books by Sosuke Natsukawa. Yes, these are shrink wrapped, so not open yet. I think that I am going to start a pile of possibilities for next Shorty September. Very excited about this idea. because I also picked up the ever popular on BookTube Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. Another excellent shorty that is shrink wrapped and thus saved for September. Sorry, you're like jiggling up there. I also got Cutting for Stone by Abraham Verghese, A Hidden Love, Family Secrets, and A Country in Turmoil. So this one I've had on my Storygraph TBR for a while. I've just heard great things about all of Abraham Verghese's work. He's got a nonfiction set in Tennessee. He's a doctor during the AIDS crisis that I really want to read as well. So got that at a nice little used bookstore. And also at the used bookstore, I grabbed The Butchering Art, Joseph Lister's Quest to Transform the Grisly World of Victorian Medicine by Lindsay Fitzharris, who I believe wrote The Facemaker, which was did really well for the BookTube prize this year. So yeah, and I think that I might read this for Victober. We'll see. So gonna sorry, you are just all over the place. Oh, I apologize. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go to work now. I love my job, but it's been exhausting this week. I need the weekend. Okay, cool. Oh, and this is Brent's new coffee table book, The Brain Book by Rita Carter. Good stuff, right? So, hey, let's do a little shelf tour. So this has turned into my currently reading stack. I mean, not currently reading, my TBR for the month. So there's my November TBR of the physical books. I read a lot of digital these days, obviously. So we'll leave that one there to put in that stack. And this is my like unread collection. So this one will go here, and I think that I will take the Sontag for my Shorty September collection. How fun is this? I love this idea. Maybe I'll, everywhere I go that has a bookstore, try to get a Shorty. And I think the Shorties will reside here. So these are books I've read and am keeping or going to donate eventually or whatever. And also a couple of unread nature books. This one's for Book Naturalists, and this is just there. So yeah, I think I should put this one with the other. Is this one a Shorty though? Potentially. Could be. Yeah. Yeah, because that bit in the back, it's a little long, but maybe we'll put this in the Shorty pile. What do we think about that? Okay. Yeah. Okay, gotta go to work now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I got delivered a gorgeous bouquet of flowers for kindergarten.
I see something yellow in here. Wow. Look, Simba.
What do you see?
Something green. It's green, but
Do you think you found the seeds yet?
no.
You want one of his flowers?
I can see something. Whoa! It's kind of like a flower. It's still like a flower.
Yeah, that's where the bud was. Yeah.
Is that yellow? What's that?
Let's see.
What's that?
I don't know. Let's look closer.
Oh, that's so red.
We found all the parts.
This is red.
Okay, we're back in the chair and we're gonna wrap it up here. Like, let me just tell you, first grade is kicking my tail. So if I look a little haggard, a little more than usual, that is why. So he is off looking for more Skittles for tomorrow's first grade science experiment while I sit here and eat said science experiment. Don't tell the children. Anyway, let me tell you my currently reading situation. So, I haven't been since I've been back from vacation. I was real proud of my reading on vacation. It was top notch. But since I've been back, like I said, first grade is kicking my tail. But anyway, I've read a few digital pages. Like I'm halfway through chapter 3 of The Tenant of Wildfell Hall. So I can't show you that cover because I'm unprepared. I'm reading it digitally. And it's okay. It's like your typical little Victorian circle of friends out in the country kind of dealio. And we've got a mystery woman, widow, and I've just met her young son, who appears to be, maybe 5-ish. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. It was a little patronizing in places. And then, we are just right in the middle of just a glorious feminism diatribe. And I'm here for it. So I think I'm gonna like this book. And I'll just leave it at that, because like I said, I'm only 2.5 chapters in. So the other one that I will mention briefly, like I said, I've spoken about this quite extensively in my Bangkok vlogs. But The Love Songs of W.E.B. Du Bois by Honoré Fannin Jeffers is fabulous thus far. 450 pages in, past halfway, and still completely immersed in these characters. And every time a new character hits, I'm just right there. And when the old ones come back, I'm still right there. So this goes back and forth in time. The main timeline is modernish day, the Reagan era. The woman is currently at a historically black college and university in Georgia, I believe, but outside of Atlanta. And yeah, I mean, just spellbinding the way she deals with social issues from both sides of the fence. So, obviously discrimination and prejudice, but also black discrimination and prejudice within this university setting. And, issues that are dealt with in society. Just fabulous, but in such a character immersive way. It doesn't come across as, oh, I'm reading about social issues. I'm really loving it. So it also, as I said, goes back and forth in time with this modern day storyline, and then various storylines from this woman's family tree, let's say, and all the way back to coming over on slave ships. So fabulous read. And then Patrice Jones is gonna be so disappointed with me. I have not started The Wager yet. A Tale of Shipwreck, Mutiny, and Murder by David Grann. He of Killers of the Flower Moon, which I read and enjoyed. So really, I am really looking forward to this. It must be fabulous to be so popular for so long. And this is my project this weekend. For Mid-Month Book Bash, don't forget, starts tomorrow here in China. You've got a day and a half where you are. Anyway, by the time I upload this, you won't. But anyway, all right. Thanks so much for watching, if you're still here. And hopefully I will get a good night's sleep and have the weekend spirit tomorrow for Mid-Month Book Bash. Hoorah. So yeah, chat later. Bye-bye.